Hi. If, like me, you enjoy films that tell exciting, imaginative stories and are intrigued by the complex process of making them, join me for this personal account revealing some of the behind-the-scenes secrets from one of the most iconic series brought to the screen. We begin in Hogwarts Castle's impressive Great Hall. The actual ceiling is a massive scaffolding and lighting gantry which was dressed with banners, and then the digital artists replaced it with a vaulted ceiling and peppered it all with special effects. Hard to imagine that all the wonderful props and the actors' clothing started as concept sketches and models. The detail that has gone into Harry Potter films is amazing. For instance, Dumbledore's owl podium is covered in real gold. In Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, 90 decorators transformed the hall into an ice and snow ballroom wonderland. It took a month and shows the craftsmanship of the prop makers. With so many characters, the makeup crew were in constant demand. Here is part of the magical moving staircases. This corridor is constructed with distorted perspectives and is actually quite short. Through the whole series, hundreds of pictures were either purchased from antique and bric-a-brac shops or created by the props department. There's wonderful structural detail in the Gryffindor common room set, with its worn and comfortable old chairs and the spiral stairs that lead up to Gryffindor boys' dormitory. It was originally designed for the first film, The Philosopher's Stone, but the beds became too small for the boys as they grew in later films, so the actors had to curl up to fit. Leading to Dumbledore's office, the Griffin stairwell with its moving stairs was one of the special effects department's most challenging and complex tasks. At the top of Hogwarts Tower is Headmaster Dumbledore's domain. It's here that he carries out scientific and astronomical studies. The hundreds of books on his shelves are actually British phone books covered in leather. All manner of strange scientific and astronomical equipment fill the cabinets. More props. There are 3 more huge warehouses full of them from the whole series. Professor Snape's classroom. The dungeon-like set was designed to look as though it was located in an underground corner of Hogwarts Castle, dressed with potions from ancient alchemy. The set decorators filled half-giant Hagrid's hut full of cages. In later films, when Hagrid became the magical creature teacher, they contained real yet strange animals, like furless cats. Green or blue screen special effects techniques were used for broomstick flying sequences, such as the Quidditch match. This sturdy mechanical structure was filmed when Ron and Harry got into trouble in the Ford Anglia and aroused the wrath of the Whomping Willow. Just watch this locking mechanism of the vault door. Wow! And this superb hand-built door to the Chamber of Secrets. Although looking metallic, the snakes have specially painted plastic scales. The huge set of the Ministry of Magic had hundreds of green and red tiles covering the walls. The tiles were actually wood, sanded, painted and highly polished, much safer and lighter than ceramic tiles. There are 58 life-size sculptures around the base of this massive statue carved out of stone. No, carved out of foam and painted. As we entered the Forbidden Forest, the huge trees, some with diameters of 12 to 14 feet, impressed me, as did the large animatronic of Buckbeak. Buckbeak, loaded with electronics as revealed here. Deeper into the forest, an Aragog the spider emerges. He has an 18-foot leg span and needed 100 technicians to operate him in the Chamber of Secrets.
The creature effects built him, and then John Richardson stuffed him for the mechanics so he could move. And the hair that you can all see on his body is simply coconut hair. That all had to be individually placed by hand onto his body. It was a lot of work.
Platform 9 3/4's original location was King's Cross Station in London, but the station track and train were recreated on the soundstage in the studio for the last film. The Hogwarts Express was actually a working passenger locomotive between 1937 and 1963. And now my wife and daughter demonstrate train travel acting techniques.
Built on a green screen stage, so all they would ever actually see out the window would be nearly what you see now.
Oh, don't bounce, I can't. You're bouncing me.
Okay, everyone, I'm ready. The carriage is now moving and we're off to Hogwarts, so I want to see some happy smiles.
Yes, I'm happy.
Oh, what's got on the window? Somebody grab that. Oh, it's a chocolate frog. Somebody quickly grab that chocolate frog. Whose is this? Somebody grab that quickly.
I want it.
Hang on, it's on the outside. Stand down, everyone. Oh my goodness, now look, we've got the flying car. It must be Harry and Ron. Make sure they know where they're going. Someone direct them.
That way. No, that way.
Okay, what's happening now? The carriage has come to a standstill. If you look out those windows, you can see it's getting dark and cloudy out there. Is that glass freezing up? Put your hand against the glass, you there. Put your hand against it. Is that cold? It's going to be one thing. There's some dementors out there. No, you're afraid. You're really scared. I mean, no smiling. I can see you there. No smiling. It's okay. It looks like they're going now. But to be sure, you there on the left, put your nose right against that window. Check that they're gone. Have a look.
Oh, I can see it.
You're too close.
So put the nose right against the window.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, right. So I can't tell
I think they're gone. You can come back out from under your seat. And cut. Well done, everyone. riding along. That was a great day.
Out into the night air, we walked through Hogwarts Bridge and saw the 3-storey night bus. Then into Harry's house and a view of hundreds of letters that flew down the chimney in the Philosopher's Stone. Upstairs, all is not what it seems. In the Gringotts Bank sequence of the Deathly Hallows Part 2, Nick Dudman, makeup and creature effects supervisor, had 45 full prosthetic makeups to deliver. Each one had to be different. Sculpted and moulded in separate parts, they were painstakingly built up on the dwarf actors. Makeup applied by 175 people, each hair individually placed. Then each actor moved to a row of contact lens technicians, followed by the teeth people before a final check as they went on set as goblins. At the end of the day, the whole process was done in reverse. Here, an operator is inside an animatronic creature. Hagrid is a half-giant, but actor Robbie Coltrane, who played him, is not. So an incredibly lifelike animatronic head was created and fitted to a 6'10" double for those scenes where camera angles and trickery could not give the impression of a giant. The head had real hair, plastic eyes and complex machinery inside which could be controlled off camera. Here are the mechanics in close-up. Even Ron's rat had tiny animatronic mechanisms fitted inside, as did other fantastic creatures. And here's a burst of creature action. Diagon Alley is dominated by the 18th century styled storefront of Fred and George Weasley's shop of Wizard Wheezes. It took over 3 months to build, the majority of which was spent on constructing the 20-foot animated mannequin over the entrance. A combination of the descriptive prose of Charles Dickens and J.K. Rowling's own vision of Harry's environment was combined to create the set. Diagon Alley houses Ollivander's wand shop, where Harry's wand chose him, and Gringotts Bank, run by those goblins. Now I'll leave it to the audio visuals.
The character of the environment, the storytelling must influence and direct the whole thing and ultimately be the most important factor. But as I say, initially it's more abstract for me, and I look.
One of the departments I don't think gets even close to enough credit is the arts department. These unsung artists created hundreds, if not thousands, of sketches, renderings, scale models, and even full-colour paintings that helped bring the world of Harry Potter to visual life. Just ahead, you'll see a fraction of their work up close, along with a really special surprise. And when you do, I'm sure you'll agree that these artists are truly magical.
Detailed models are built from plans and technical drawings to assist the set designers and director before they commit to construction. Concept sketches help to steer the production's look and styling. Constructed of card and plaster, the set models are stunning in their detail, as with everything Harry Potter. They are so impressive. Hogwarts Castle is superb, but then we moved into another room which just blew me away. The art department's jewel in the crown,